In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn that old t-shirt into a bag without doing any sewing at all. So all you're going to do is take any old t-shirt, it doesn't matter if it's a kid's, a man's, a lady's, any t-shirt you've got, and fold it in half. So you're folding it vertically like I'm doing here so that your sleeves line up. And that's the really important part. So just take a little bit of time to line those sleeves up and then smooth it out as much as you can. You really want to get rid of wrinkles. And then we're going to cut those sleeves off. So if you've got any sweat stains or anything unpleasant there, you can just cut it all off. And then check that you have actually cut all the seam off. If, like me, you haven't, that's no problem. You can just run along and tidy that edge up. Equally, if you've not got them very smooth or they don't look quite right, just tidy them up until you're happy with them. And then you need to turn your attention to the neck. Now, I recommend that you just cut the neckband off and then see if the hole's big enough. And if it is, you're done. If not, you can then make it bigger. Now, you'll see I'm making sure it's flat so we haven't got any wrinkles in there. And then just cut the neck off. Now, I'm going quite low because I already know I want to. But as I say, I recommend you cut just around the neck. And then if you need to, you can make it bigger. So what you've done now is make the straps for your bag. So if you open it back out, you will see you've got your two straps and you've got your opening in the middle. And then we just need to turn it into an actual bag because at the moment, anything you put in there is just going out the bottom. So we turn our attention to the bottom where we're going to line up those hems. So you're just laying your t-shirt out flat and lining up the hems. And we're going to measure a distance in. Now, how far up you go is up to you. That's going to determine how long your tassels are. But I've found anywhere between 3 or 4 inches works really well. You can be as precise or as loose with this as you like. You could just cut without making any marks, but I think it's much better if you mark the t-shirt up. So do just take the time to check that these are lined up properly. Otherwise, you'll end up with all sorts of different length tassels. So then just mark up. So on this one, I'm doing them at 3 inch, but I have done them at 4. And then using a pen or a pencil, you're just going to draw that line in. So you want the line all the way across the t-shirt. So just measure in as many places as you need to. And as I say, if you don't want to do this step, you can just do the next step. And they might have a bit more variety on the length of tassels. So once you've got your line, we're going to cut up to that line. And we're going to do it about every ½ an inch all the way along. So you just measure your ½ inch and snip up to the line and keep doing it. Now remember, you're going through the top and the bottom layer, and these are what we're going to use to make our tassels. So just keep going, and getting up to that line will mean they're all the same length. So once you've got them all cut, what you will have if you're not careful is some rather wide bits at the end. So you can just run your scissors up the end and cut that so that they're reasonable width. Just jiggle about a bit, do what you need to do to end up with the tassels you want at the end, because you don't want a great big chunk. So we'll just go back and cut along the end of this one too. And then it's time to knot. So you can just start knotting, or you can, like I'm going to do now, pull all your tassels one after the other. And if you've got t-shirt material, what that does is it just rolls them up slightly and makes them look a bit better. If yours don't roll, don't worry. It just means it's not that stretchy a fabric. It's not a problem at all. See, I've had to cut that one. Okay. And then just start at one end. It doesn't matter which end you start at. And you're going to take a tassel from the top and a tassel from the bottom and tie them together. Just a single knot like that. So then the next one on the top and the next one on the bottom, and tie them. And yeah, you've guessed it. You just keep going all the way along. And you can see it's pulling the bottom of the t-shirt in. It's gathering it up a little bit. That's fine. Just keep working all the way along. If you're enjoying the video, please give me a thumbs up so it spreads to more people. I like these eco-friendly crafts to spread far and wide and let less stuff go to waste. So you're going to get all the way to the other end and it should look like that. Now, if you look carefully, what you'll see is between each knot, there is a hole in the bottom of the bag. So what you need to do is start at the beginning again, and from one knot you've done, take the top strip, and from the next knot, take the bottom strip and tie them together. So from the next one along, we're going to take the top one and tie it to the bottom one of the next one along. So you're sort of working diagonally, if that makes sense. So from the top of one knot to the one from the bottom of the next knot along. And just keep working your way along. So you're filling those holes in. So now you'll have a proper bottom to your bag. And you can see it gathers it a little bit more. Now, I recommend when you've completed that to just do another little step just on the end before you run off and use your bag. Go to each end and just take the end two strips that you've got there and do a little double knot. So knot it and knot it again. And do the same back at the other end. And then that's it. You've got a fabulous new bag to use with lovely tassels. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you want to do a t-shirt bag that you sew, I'll very soon have one of those up on the channel, and it will be up on your screen now if I've already made it. And enjoy your crafting.